Alright, little bit of a different video today. We are going to talk about my adventures playing D&D recently. Now, I have been playing D&D for years now, off and on, sometimes as a GM, most of the time as a player. And this is a story about me with some of my friends playing D&D with me as the DM. We are running through the Curse of Strahd campaign, which is probably a mistake considering how complex that campaign can be, but whatever. You live and you learn. So the game consists of me as the GM, my friend Remy as a Dhampir blood hunter, which right there, that's a big mistake on my part. I really don't think I should have let him and someone else play as a Dhampir in a Strahd campaign, but hey, we're just gonna go with it, right? Then it's his co-worker Brad, who is also playing a Dhampir blood hunter. Fun. Remy's brother Troy is playing a paladin, and Remy's brother Troy's girlfriend, wife, something. I should probably know their relationship a bit more, considering how often we hang out. But I mean, they have a couple of kids together. They should probably be married anyway. Whatever. Who is playing a... I forget what she's playing. It's like a mage or something, maybe a druid. She's dual classing the blood hunter, so we got like three. Everybody's a blood hunter in this goddamn campaign. But she's also has a split personality, in which she's a revenant, which is also probably something that I should not have allowed. But whatever, we live and learn. And then first three sessions were fine. They're going through the death house, and they're going through killing everything they can. It's fine. They almost wiped the party on more than one occasion because they kept splitting the party, and every time they were like, it's fine. We learned from this. We're never going to split the party again.
So there are 4 things you got to remember when we get to the wedding. Number 1, don't split the party. Number 2, we need to find that heart. Number 3, don't split the party. And number 4, don't split the party.
And 5 seconds later, they split the party in a dungeon, and they trigger like 3 different fights at once. But it's fine. It's beginner D&D shit. It is fine, okay? Now some of you may be asking, hey, Mema, how the fuck does it take 3 sessions to go through the damn death house? Look, we're all a bunch of new players. Combat can take a while, and they kind of don't know what they're doing. So it's fine. It's fine. The main problem came in session 4 when they finally left the death house. And what happened there was they leave the death house. They get to the town of Barovia, finally, after 4 sessions. And they come across this sweet little old lady selling pastries. Yada yada. They buy some pastries from her, get some information about Barovia. All well and good. Exactly what's supposed to happen. Right? Perfect. Doesn't even matter. What happened next is the 2 Dhampirs, for whatever reason, said, oh, they need more blood. Even though they just killed some cultists and drank their blood, so they really shouldn't need any more blood, but whatever. Not even going to worry about that. So they stuffed this old lady into a nearby alley and tried to kill her. Now, for those of you who don't know, this sweet little old lady who's just selling pastries, trying to make a living in Barovia, is actually a night hag. And normally, for 4 level 3 characters, 1 night hag probably wouldn't be too much of a trouble. However, none of them have any weapons that can get a solid hit on it, as a night hag is resistant. Is it resistant, or is it just immune? Let me check the stats real quick, shall we? Yeah, it's resistant to all forms of non-magical attacks that aren't silvered. Well, and since the death house, they have not had a long rest. So they're all hurt. They're all out of spell slots. And, as I said, I'm a fairly new DM. And I did not realize that the Night Hag had special abilities that were only available if she was in a coven. So, she was a bit tougher than she probably should have been. But, I mean, frankly, without a long rest after the Death House, these people probably were going to... And without any kind of magical weapon. One person had a silvered weapon, but that's about it. Even without that, it probably would have been a party wipe anyway. So, I knocked 2 of the players down. They're out. The one person who has the silver weapon manages to get a solid hit in on the hag, and I use that to just say, okay, that's enough for her. She needs to go make some pastries now or some shit, and have her fuck away for the rest of the fight. Fine. Okay. The campaign's going to be a little Murderhobo-y, but, I mean, so is every D&D game, right? And at this point, I'm still holding out hope that maybe they're going to shift to being nice, upstanding citizens. I mean, they just did their Murderhobo shit on the first person they saw, and it bit him in the ass. So clearly, this is going to be like a moment to them where they look back on their decisions and they're like, oh, we messed up. We should take this a bit easier now, and we're going to turn over a new leaf. Then what happens is they go to the inn. Now, the inn in Strahd, this first inn, is very important for the campaign. You're supposed to meet Ismark the Lesser there, and he's going to be the catalyst for the main campaign of finding Strahd, seeing what he's up to, and just basically finding him and stopping him. For the start, that's exactly what happened. For the start. What then happened is they talked to Ismark the Lesser, and they're like, hey, we're kind of unrested, we're tired. Do you have a place we could stay? And Ismark's like, yeah, I have a place you can stay if you help me with my little sister. Because some bad stuff's happening to her, and I need to help her out. And the characters are like, yes, we'll do that because we're great, honest, hardworking people. Yeah, sure you are. They go to Castle Barovia, whatever the hell it's called, and they get a very small lore dump, but they're basically like, dude, we're hurt, we're tired. Can we rest and deal with this in the morning? And I'm like, you know what? Sure. It's just like, don't be... you might have a little bit of a hard time sleeping because we've been under attack from Strahd's forces all night. So they're probably going to attack and stuff, but you should be safe inside. And for some reason, Remy decided to go, you know what? I'm a good person. I'm going to go up on the roof. I'm not even sure if you're supposed to be able to go on the roof, but it's like, whatever. You can do whatever you want. Go on the roof and take watch just in case something bad happens. So he does. Now, Remy is a dear friend of mine. I've known him for a long time. I know what he's going to do once the attacks happen in the night. So what I do... I have like a dozen wolves come in and just start howling, making a mess, attacking the walls and what have you. And I tell myself, hey, because I know he's going to attack something. I just know it. He's not completely a Murderhobo, but he does love the D&D combat. What I have it do is, since I know he's just going to take pot shots at all the wolves, I do the first one that he attacks is going to be a werewolf. That way, it's completely immune to damage. And he'd be like, oh, this is something I can't do right now. Maybe I should just hold off a second. But no, he doesn't do that. What does he do? He goes down there with 12 wolves and just starts trying to fight them all by himself. So he's starting taking hits from all sides. The first one he gets, he manages to grapple and uses his damn fear ability to start taking the blood out of him. And then every time that one wolf that he has makes an attack against him, I, for some reason, make him make a Constitution saving throw. And wouldn't you know it, he eventually failed one. So now, he doesn't know what happened to him, but I think he does know what happened to him. But yeah, he is going to turn into a werewolf soon. And that is more shit I don't know how to deal with. We're going to see how that works out. And then during the fight, he manages to grapple, the one he grappled. He spider climbs up back the wall and basically throws it off the roof. Well, he didn't throw it off the roof. He was going to suck that thing dry. But I eventually rolled really good on my saving throws, so he could actually escape and not just die. So then what happened is, while he's still on the roof, he decides to take his long rest up there. Now, what I had planned before is that the night hag was going to come in the middle of the night and suck one of them dry. Mainly the other person, Brad, because he was the main instigator, and he is a very big Murderhobo, so he needs to be taken down a little bit. However, this dude just sleeping by himself up on the roof just makes too much of a tempting target. So now the night hag does her special ability, which drains the life out of him. He does not gain the benefits of a long rest. And yeah, so that's fun. So then they all wake up, and it's the next day. And you know what happens then? Now they get to the big part, where they learn about Strahd, they do their thing, and they go on their quest, and they try to save the thing, because that's how it goes in the books, right? That's how it's going to happen. But, I mean, you could probably already tell it's not going to happen like that. Anyway, so, what happens next is this. Okay, so they go into the main room, and Ismark the Lesser gives them the big spiel about what is the dealio, what is going on in this land, what's going on, and like, hey, there's this dude called Strahd. He's been attacked from my sister. He seems really infatuated or obsessed with her for some reason. He's already bit her twice. We really need to get her to a safe place. Could you maybe transfer her to Wallachia? We've been told that they've been free from this dude's reign for over 100 years. It seems like it's the only safe place free from this dude in this entire land. So if we can get her there, maybe she can be a little bit safe. So they are mostly on board. However, they are doing this in kind of separate rooms. Ismark's in the one room with the most of the people. And Irina, the sister, the one who's Strahd's completely after, is in another room with her father, her dead father, just carrying over the body for right now. And in the room, and Remy and Troy are in the room talking to Ismark. Nicole and Brad are in the room with Irina. For most of the campaign, for most of the time people have been talking about him, I have been referring to Strahd as the devil, because they do not like to test their patient, test his ire or whatever have you. But Irina doesn't really care. She hates this dude, so she calls him by his name, Strahd van Servitz. And the backstory for Nicole, for her Revenant character, is that she was killed by Strahd van Servitz hundreds of years ago, and as a Revenant, she wants revenge, has been basically possessing bodies off and on for hundreds of years, trying to get to Strahd, but she could never find Strahd because Strahd has popped himself into a completely different dimension. And then, once she hears the name Strahd van Servitz, do you know where this Strahd person is? Yeah, he's at the top of Castle Ravenloft, right? You can practically see it from here. So she goes into a rage, tries to leave immediately, leaving Brad, the Damnfear Blood Hunter, alone with Irina, the main quest person of the entire campaign. And what does he try to do when he's alone with this person by himself? He tries to suck her blood. Why? Well, I have only myself to blame for this, honestly, but still, what in God's green earth possess... I have no words to say other than I make him roll to hit. He misses because Irina actually has some pretty good stats. Because, I mean, she's no pushover in this game. She wants to take the fight to Strahd herself as well. She misses. She pulls out a rapier, stabs him. Everyone in the other room sees this hears this commotion going on in the other room. Everybody floods in there. Now the main quest is kind of like, we don't even want to be with you because you're starting to attack this, which is like the only way I can roleplay this, even though I kind of need these people to frickin' like each other. But I'm trying to do what I can. Then it's like, I think we can persuade her. I think we can persuade her not to be very... It was just a momentary lapse of judgment. So I'm like, look, dude, she is being hunted by a vampire who has bitten her twice already, and now you come around and try to bite her when she's all alone by herself. In order for you to get her to even consider going with you again, you're going to need to roll a
Critical success!
And of course, they do it. Like, I don't know how they did it, but they did it. So then the next question is, okay, we're not going to attack you right away, but they're still very hesitant to even team up with you, considering, yeah, you just tried to bite her neck, so maybe they're going to look for some others. So I didn't make this second test a critical success to succeed, but it was still fairly high. And of course, they managed to get a 22. So I'm like, fine, whatever. Yeah, what difference does that make? Just suck her blood, do whatever, and she's still happy. Fine, whatever, I don't even care. And I'm just thinking of what's going to happen, because I know this isn't going to be the end. I know he's still going to keep trying to suck her blood, and eventually Strahd's going to come in and save his girlfriend, and I just hope that he can handle a permadeath. And anyway, that's where that session left off. I will keep you posted for more crazy D&D shenanigans. Until next time, take care.